So with that, I'll just now invite Srini Garu to represent the Governing Council of the Institute and share his vision from the board side in terms of what we should be doing in the next 25 years. Sir?
Good evening to all of you. Now, very often this question is asked, where we tend to try to at least explain that, we are not a government institution, we are not a private institution, we are a public institution. And this comes very often. So I just want to share with you the significance of it. PJN has even a lot of, information about, what Mr. R. Chandrasekhar thought about it that day. And 25 years from that point, for me, I've been very fortunate to have been there that day. It was a coincidence that I was representing then. I was an employee of Satyam Computer Services, which is also one of the founding schools, and I see the Balaji sitting there, who was, him. I was leading the team, but he was the person who was leading the school here. And we were there, for registration of this institution. So the document was given to me and saying, please sign. I was reading it. I still remember Mr. R. Chandrasekhar saying, you're not writing any of our properties for this thing, you just sign it. So, and he's not here today, but I'm really thankful to him for having, whatever the reason why he felt that I should sign the document that day, that we are the very few founding members still around here. Founding members not real in the sense of donors, the money was given by the schools. We were the signatories to the society. And since then, in one form or the other, I've been here, initially as a representative of Satyam Computer Services. Then when I quit the company in 2000, I came back as part of the fund IIITH. And since then, I've been here. The importance of this public institution, I want to share with you that you have IITs, who are basically royal children of this country. They get a lot of funding. We have here my big brother, Mr. Mohan Reddy Garu, is the chairman of the 2 IITs. So he has a responsibility to build them. One of them already in Hyderabad, came into the top 10 there. So they get a lot of funding and also very good teachers and the students too. But again, it depends on who is the chairman of the board, who is the director. Some of these IITs that you have known in the past are not as, other than these in the metro, things like Bombay, Delhi's kind of thing, they're not the same. Some of this place where most of us have been to. It's because it depends on the people appointed by the government at that day. And then the NITs completely ignored. I was in many meetings in MHRD. And the way they seat the seatings also, the first rows goes to the IIT directors. And the second, third rows goes to the NITs, and they never get to speak. Now come to these IIITs, the 20 of them which have been created, more than 20, but I'll just say 20, created with the model of the IIIT Hyderabad, which is they call PPP IIITs. Again, it was mentioned earlier that 50% government of India, 35% respect to state government, 15% from the industry partners. I just happened to be sponsor of one of those IIITs in Sri City, now in Andhra Pradesh. And same issues come there. It's a third chair, actually in the order of priority is a third one. And they're all struggling, except IIIT Sri City, because though it was created by that, but because of our involvement, this institute mentored, not just mentored, ran that institute for the first 5 years. So it broke even, and it actually has a bank balance which other IIITs don't have. They run to MHRD every other day and saying we want money kind of thing. The reason why I'm sharing this part to you, that importance of this institution, I want to highlight that. This institution, which is truly a public institution, in some case, we have not yet reached out to all of you. In fact, today he has appealed for it, and we'll be following up with you that we want all of you to be part of it. There's no owner for this. Then whatever the current board that sits there makes the decisions, and there's no conflict of interest for anybody. None of our children go to this school, or any of us have any direct benefit coming out of it. It's all voluntary job that we've been serving here for years, and we want all of you to be part of it. So the benefit of that is we will not be constrained by the government of that day. They put some great person like Mr. Mohan Reddy as the chairman, yes, we'll be very happy for it. But what if he is not up to the mark? So that reflects on the institution. And I have seen that in few other places where I am party to it. When there was a director who's not up to the thing, how they can ruin the institution too. And it is happening among the IITs, IIITs kind of thing, and NITs. This is a very current thing. So here we have the support of the state government always, Mr. J.S. Ranjan here. And even before him, every officer who's been part of this board has been very supportive of it. We've been very fortunate with that also. So I truly believe that the models that have been created, one is IIIT Hyderabad, then the ISB Indian School of Business, some of you who are from there, also is created more or less in the same thing. There's small differences here and there, more or less same thing. So with these models, now there are a lot more coming up, Ashoka University and Kriya University, a lot more. I think the next 25 years, you will actually see these institutions breaking through the current, whatever the status, to the top institutions in the country and in the world. And I'm very confident about it. That's because all of you can participate in that. You want to participate in IITs, there will be restrictions. Even if you want to do it, they say give the money, but there's only so much you can do. Whereas here, you all can participate in this and make it a great institution. Now, PJN has asked me to speak on behalf of the GC, the vision for this. It is actually not the GC's vision, it's the vision of all of us here. So we take inputs from all of you. But the few things that I want to share from the perspective of the conversations that happen in the Governing Council. We are very happy that we are graduating very competent students, graduates from here, who are working for most of your companies here. Some of them do migrate to the US, like most of us done. We went there, we came back, same thing is happening there. But their impact to the society will take 20, 25 years. Okay, some of them are doing startups very early days and all of them. When they grow up and the impact will be seen down the line. As a country, we cannot wait for another 25 years to show the impact. So one way our contribution is giving qualified, good engineers to the industry. That's been going on last 25 years. It will continue. Not only us, there are another 20 institutions doing the same job, similar level. Okay, there are many of them, hundreds of them. But in a similar quality, there will be another 20 of them in this country. But what we are not addressing is the bigger challenges that we are facing India as a society. Okay, I'll give an example to you. There are 2-3 things that have happened in this country which we are very happy about it. NPCI doing the UPI, the payments kind of thing, which is a great achievement. And Aadhaar, which is also very important. But do you know that the Aadhaar authentication software that is used to authenticate all our IDs is not made in India. We use something that there used to be 3 of them, and 2 of them merged, and there are only 2 now. Even that we didn't make it here. So the reason for that is our focus has been that fine, we'll graduate top quality engineers. It will happen slowly as and when it happens. That's nice, it's fine. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. But I think we have to accelerate the development of technology in this country. That will happen if you have a focused research programs. So our goal here is that the PJN, now very soon, actually, by the way, he's pushing us every day to find his successor. Please, any of you want to apply for it, please do that. Okay? He reminds me every day, he says, where is it kind of thing. But he's promised me that he's not leaving this institution. He'll continue as a professor emeritus here. Okay. So what we are looking at is that we want to take up 2-3 areas and put a lot of resources behind it and bring the results for the country. Whatever it is, we have few ideas already, but important thing is that we should take the leadership, create the critical mass, and show the results quickly, not in 20 years, but in few years' time. That is on some of the areas that we would like to create solutions. On the research side, the problem has been that much of our talented professors are abroad. So here we have, especially when you have so many IITs starting every day, there are 20 plus IITs, 30 plus NITs, and so many IIITs. It's very difficult to find a director. How many of you believe that when we advertise that we get more or less not too many applications across the board? So we struggle to find the leadership for these countries. There is no concerted effort to create leaders of tomorrow. It just happens. Just, in India, everything, ho jata hai. That's what they think. But there's nobody thinking that this is how, okay, let's. So I keep telling PJN that if there are 10 people from here, 10 faculty, who went and become the directors in 10 other universities, I would have been very happy. So then you have a thinking that's happening here. They go there, they share whatever it is they're going there. But that hasn't happened much. We still depend on a little bit from this IIT to that IIT and all of them. And we're not getting the people from abroad to come back to India. So there's another, this is also, again, I give credit to PJN. So his idea was that we'll create a module of 5-6 people here, maybe 4 PhD students, 2 postdocs kind of thing. But their lead professor, whosoever is, we identify the top person from the American universities, or say anywhere else. We're just saying American because we are most familiar with that. And the top man sits there, but the team is here. That way we bridge the gap very quickly. Otherwise we wait, get something, because we don't have the top research happening here, because we don't have the top faculty here. So just like all of us have done in the offshore software development, a kind of modified model about it. But we do want to figure, you said 25 years, fine, whatever 25, that's a little bit away kind of thing. In 10 years, when you do the Google in a particular area where we are operating here, we should come in the first page. Only then you can say that, fine, we have done whatever it is. Each one of you, most of you who are here, you're leaders in your field. It's been created with the Indian talent, with the worldwide talent kind of thing. So leaders, not just in India, leaders across the world. So we also have to be counted in whatever field we choose in the world. So most often we say, well, we are number 1 in Hyderabad, number 1 in India, number 1 in Asia kind of thing. But I think that the definition of that has to change, saying that we should be there in the top 5, 10 groups in the world who are working in a particular area of research. So there are 3 I mentioned. The research is one, solutions for the Indian society at large, and the third I said, building the leadership for this institution and other institutions, because as I already mentioned, it's very difficult to find the people who are willing to take the top leadership. Anyway, once again, I thank you all for giving this opportunity, Professor Raju Reddy garu, so for keeping me on the board for last 25 years. And very often it gets asked why this guy is sitting here for last 25 years. Are you not going to, rotate this? Every time the reappointment, they come say, okay, we'll give him one more term. So, but this has been for me more than anything is a great opportunity. I would think a godsend opportunity for me, especially sitting on a board where Professor Raju Reddy garu is there, Windsurf, many other people. I'm not being the 2 Turing Award winners, and the only Indian ever to win a Turing Award. And as you know that this is the Nobel Prize of Engineering, and it's been a great privilege, and I hope as long as I can serve in some capacity, I don't have to be a board member forever, I'll be around here. So I look forward to working with all of you. My sincere request is, in some way or the other, you please be part of this institution. Thank you.